In this episode of Watching the Watchers, we're talking about the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association and their snarky social media person. The Phoenix Law Enforcement Association is the union for all of the Phoenix Police Department, and they have a social media page. They have a Facebook page where they'll post articles and commentary. Today they posted something that sounds like it was written by a grumpy teenager. It's regarding a guy named Carlos Garcia. The article was written by ABC 15. It says, Phoenix councilman cited during tense traffic stop. So the article shows Carlos Garcia gets stopped by the police and tries to use his position as a city council person to get out of the ticket. So he says, well, look, do you want to see who I am? As though his position in the city council is going to get him out of a ticket. Of course, I don't condone that behavior. I don't think anybody should use their status or their position and use that as an excuse to get out of a ticket or to break the law. It's not appropriate behavior. But it's also not really the point of this video here. What I'm talking about is what the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association posted on their Facebook page. When I read it this morning, I was a little bit surprised that somebody approved this and sent this out to many, many people. They said here in their article, in their commentary, they wrote, well, look who had a run-in with Arizona State University police in downtown Phoenix and pulled the, well, look, do you want to see who I am card. Carlos Garcia is a known anti-police and pro-illegal immigration activist. Before running his mouth, he should have made sure he knew Arizona's laws regarding peace officer jurisdiction, as well as the City of Phoenix Police Department's mutual aid policy, and understood they have the same authority as Phoenix PD, particularly in areas of downtown ASU campus. Just because you're City of Phoenix council member does not mean you're above the law, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they use that language, well, they're kind of gloating about the fact that this guy was stopped and tried to pull that card. If this guy had not been what they consider to be anti-police, would they have posted this? Probably not. What is anti-police? What is pro-illegal immigration? I don't even know what those terms mean. Sounds like a pretty broad generalization. I'm sure the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association would consider what I do in making these videos and holding police accountable to be anti-police when I don't consider myself to be anti-police at all. So they're really gloating and having fun. They're sort of rubbing this guy's face in the dirt and just and getting some glee out of it, enjoying it very much. And so they post with exclamation points, well, isn't this nice that an anti-police person gets stopped for something like this? So that's just unprofessional in my opinion. I don't think it's really in character with what we want out of our law enforcement. I don't think they should be gloating. I don't think that when somebody's considered to be anti-police, that the police should stop that person and make hay of it, which is exactly what they're doing. But the other reason I have a problem with this is because police officers throughout the country do this type of stuff all the time. I've been with police officers or former police officers. I've done ride-alongs. I know police officers. I know people who are in law enforcement who don't get traffic tickets because they are in law enforcement. It's called the blue shield or the blue wall of silence or blue code. It's this idea that police officers will not cite or punish other police officers. They're all behind this blue shield that exists to protect one officer from the law, to protect them, to basically do exactly what they're upset about this guy doing. So they said here, the city council member, just because you're city council does not mean you are above the law. I agree with that. Nobody's above the law, not even police officers. The blue shield is a very real thing. It's not a phrase that I made up. Put it into Google. You're going to find, after you get past all the Blue Cross Blue Shield stuff, you'll find, put in blue code of silence, blue wall, go onto Wikipedia and type blue shield. You'll find it. There's a lot of information about it because law enforcement and people who are involved in law enforcement oftentimes, not always, have a different set of standards than the rest of us. They get more lenient sentences. They get not guilty verdicts when they shoot and kill somebody in a hallway like that officer in Mesa did. They get away with a lot more than you or I ever would, or than this guy did by being a city council member. So the point is that the hypocrisy that we see here is very rampant. The Phoenix Law Enforcement Association is happy to call this guy out and make hay about it, but they don't want to address the fact that without a doubt there are Phoenix police officers themselves who have gotten out of tickets not been cited just due to the fact that they're police officers. They open up their wallet, they have a police badge, they're driving their personal vehicle, their buddy who is also on the Phoenix PD, they may or may not know each other, doesn't give them a ticket. Happens all the time. So if they have a problem with this guy doing it, I wonder what they'll have to say about their own officers doing it, or are they just going to avow that that never happens? Am I crazy? Is Wikipedia crazy? Is the rest of the country crazy when this type of stuff happens? I don't know. I'd love to hear a comment from you about it. Tell me whether you agree or disagree, whether this is something you think is a problem or not a problem. Let's talk about it. It's what we do here on Watching the Watchers. We bring you information about law enforcement, about police, about politicians, judges, prosecutor, anybody involved in the criminal justice system. We want to hold them accountable, make sure you have the news and you know what's going on as well. So hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Look forward to bringing you the next one. Thanks for watching.